Hey guys, Beast here. I'm back with another episode of a Random 2 Grandmaster. So, I haven't uploaded one of these in a while, and I actually remember why I kind of stopped a little bit from doing it. The reason for that is the last episode that I played, the file got corrupted, and when I tried to edit it, well, the file just wouldn't open, and this last episode consists of 3 games. So I figured in order to continue, this series for you guys and, just not abandon it all the way, what I've decided to do is just to kind of cast games from my point of view, so I won't be showing I won't be showing production tab or anything like that, and I'll kind of explain as we go my process of thinking in those games, and based off of what I scout and stuff like that. I actually don't remember these 3 games. I remember this one, but the other 2 I don't really remember. And yeah, after this, obviously I can continue the series with normal first-person point of view, but let's get into the first game, shall we? So, I'm going to put my camera point of view as well. I'm going to hide the mouse a little bit down. So yeah, the game, I think I'm playing a it's a PvP as we can see in the top right. So I won't be showing, production tab, or actually I can pop this, I guess. Yeah, why not? Looks prettier. So this is actually a game from a month ago. I actually needed to make the Battle.net load the previous patch in order for me to actually watch the game. But like I said, I could have just continued the series and just said yeah, this file is corrupted and I couldn't show these 3 games, but I didn't want you guys to miss anything, or just to kind of have a blank space in between the pages, so I just decided to do it this way. So, oops, I should have probably lowered this as well. Mistakes were made. Oh well. So it is a PvP. So in PvP, what I like to do is kind of to scout after I start the gate and the double gas. You can also do it after the gate, which is more common, just to kind of make sure you're not getting cannon rushed. And the standard opening for PvP is the double gate, because if you end up going 1 gate in PvP, even with double gas, if your opponent opens double gate, double gas, you can pretty much lose to Oracle cheese with stalkers in the front. So the safest way to play PvP is kind of just go for this double gate opening and scout your opponent. So right here, you guys saw that I just scouted what he was doing. I saw the double gate, which is pretty standard. And since this is the random account, the opponent didn't know what race I was, so you see him walling off on the ramp just in case I was a Zerg player. So, oh yeah, so this game I was very naughty. So I decided to open fast double gate. His probe left my base, and I decided to proxy Stargate. Now, some of you may wonder, well, why wouldn't you just go 1 gate and then proxy Stargate faster, since you're not expanding? Well, the rule applies the same way. Even if I went 1 gate and then proxied and stayed in 1 base, he would still have 4 stalkers when I would have 2, and that wouldn't really go too well for me. So no matter what in PvP, you really need to go for double gate opener. Now I decided to proxy here, which is actually pretty decent in PvP in my opinion, and there's basically 2 ways to open in a PvP. You can either go double stalker or double adept. That depends how you want to play. Double adept gives you kind of more map control. Oops. There we go. Double adept gives you more map control. You can scout what the opponent is doing and maybe kill some probes, scout if it is like a DT or something. So yeah. So here I run in with the adepts, and I notice there's no expansion. Now at this point I know he's 1 basing. I just need to figure out what he's doing, which is why I run in, I think, with these 2 adepts. Yep. I run in, and what I see is another gate. So I know this is 3 gate pressure. Maybe with Stargate, maybe just Robo. But I actually see 4 stalkers at this point, which he would not have gas for the proxy Stargate plus these stalkers, which is why I went for proxy Stargate with adepts, because adepts cost less gas. So what I'm doing right now is, because I have this Stargate proxied, I know that he will be moving out. with the stalkers to obviously attack me. So I waited to get confirmation with that adept that his stalkers are moving out. I wait a little bit longer, and then I go in with the oracle. And back in my base, you guys saw I canceled the Naxxus and the natural because I don't need it. I knew that I would do a lot of damage with this oracle, so all I need to do is defend. I have the harass units on the map, and he's pretty all in at this point. I'm not sure why it's not showing. I don't know how to change that. It's not showing my unit control anymore. Nope, I done goofed by moving that mouse earlier. Okay. So anyway, I go back in again, and I'm basically waiting for him to attack me. I have pylons on the ramp, so there's no way he will be able to break these, like with this amount of units as well. Put up a force field there, and the guy just basically leaves. So that's one build you can do in PvP, and as long as you're cheesing and you know what he's doing, but you don't know, but he doesn't know what you're doing, you're in a good position even if you cancel the Nexus like I did. Just defend and go on from there. Now I'm going to load up another replay, which is the second game of this series. In total there will be 3, so let's get into it, shall we? And we're back. This is the second game of this episode of Random to Grandmaster. Now you'll notice something different, not different, that's exactly the opposite of what I was trying to say. You'll notice something very similar, which is the opponent is the same. So I met this guy 2 games in a row back when I played this. And this time, as you guys can see, I got Terran. He's still Protoss. He's saying playing versus random is cancerous. He obviously does not like that at all. But what are you gonna do? Some people just don't like playing against random. Especially if you're a Protoss player, I think it's very hard to open as a Protoss against random, because if you gate expand, you're gonna die to another Protoss. So, yeah. So I end up telling him my race just before he runs it with the probe, so I didn't actually help him too much. Oh, he loses the probe, so not very good for him. Now this is obviously the matchup that I was more confident to win in than in PvP, because this is my main race. So yeah, I was like, well, he's a little bit frustrated. Plus I got my main race, so probably not gonna go too well for him. And I hope you guys didn't see that again, but because I am not a very smart person, I forgot to lower the game time once again. So don't go back and check the game time. No, just don't. Hopefully the third game, even though I'm commentating these games one after another, I still managed to forget to lower the game time. Okay, so the build that I'm doing in this game, from what I can see, is I'm going for Gas First Reaper Expand with a Scout. So kind of just making sure that, just going safe, just making sure I don't die to anything silly. And yeah, overall, playing pretty safe. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is by me casting or doing these 3 games from replays, I will be continuing to do Random to Grandmaster series, and I'll be uploading these on YouTube. What I want to do, kind of the plan for the future for you guys watching this, is to do 3 series at the time maximum. So I don't want to do like 5 different series, because it becomes kind of hard to follow. So right now, for example, I'm doing Mech to Grandmaster, and I'll be doing obviously that until I upload all the episodes that I've played on my stream. I will be uploading this until I get Grandmaster, maybe a little bit after that as well, which is obviously Random to Grandmaster. And then the third one that I'm doing right now, or currently on my stream, and I'll be playing later tonight, is Mass Raven to Grandmaster. So whenever I finish one of those series, I'll be starting a new one. And I talked a little bit about this in one of my previous videos, or maybe it was on my stream, I'm not sure, where the next one will probably be having to do something with another race, or kind of just having another race in one of these series, because I don't really want to be doing, you know, tearing something to GM always, because as my YouTube grows, as my Twitch stream goes, there's a lot more people from Protoss and Zerg, so I kind of want to do something for you guys watching this. So most likely next something to GM series will be either Zerg or Protoss only. Now, this game I scouted, as you guys can see on the minimap. I saw that he's expanding, so feeling pretty safe, and I went for a medevac first from what I can see. I'll probably be doing a Widow Mine. Yeah, a 1 Widow Mine drop, which is kind of the safest thing I guess you can do, because what this gives you is Widow Mine on the natural, a Marines in the main base, so if, in case an Oracle comes, you're safe. And then I'll be following it up with a Viking, just to kind of be extra safe against an Oracle. And here he goes for the harass, but doesn't really get much done from what we can see here. Kills an SCV, not bad. And then on the medevac on the opposite side of the map, you have like that kind of scouting potential. In case you didn't see, you know, in case you didn't go Oracle, you would scout what he has with that 1 Widow Mine drops. Overall, it's pretty solid opener, pretty safe opener, I would say. So the Widow Mine popped off. I'm not sure how many workers I got there. Actually, I'm afraid to click anything because it might mess up my controls showing. So I'll just leave it like this. On the minimap, you can see Burrow and Burrow Micro. On minimap, you can see that he's getting a third. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, he's just going for kind of standard oracles into adepts with glaives or blink follow up, because that's kind of really common thing to do. And what I'm doing here is playing very, very aggressive. I know that the Oracle has to go back for the Widow Mine, which is actually like the build order in the playstyle itself. So I knew that the Oracle would go back to tag the Widow Mine. So I moved out with my army, made 2 missile turrets just to be safe, because you don't want to leave your mineral line, you know, open for him to kill. And then I did this push with Siege Tank, with a lot of Marines, the medevac that I originally dropped with, I think, and then made another Liberator, or not another, made a Liberator just to support this. So you get this kind of like awkward, really, really fast push that he's in the process of like building everything up. So he's trying to build up +1 weapons at Forge, getting Phoenix count up, as you can see. He has double Oracle as well, actually, and he doesn't have enough gateways, so it is kind of like a weird push to do. But if you do it properly, you have this like small timing where, like I just did, you can kill a Nexus and kind of basically sacrifice everything else. But in my opinion, this was more than worth, because behind this, I have my 3rd CC done, and I transition into 5 barracks. Plus there's this Widow Mine that's super annoying, so he needs to tag. And it seems that he went charged this game, and not Adept Glaives, because, or Resonating Glaives, because I can see him with a lot of charge lots, or Zealots in the making, so those will probably be charge lots. And I'm just making kind of like missile turrets here, a little bit over making them, I would say, because I'm making 5 in total here. And the reason for that is you obviously want to have just 1 per base. But the way I was thinking this game is, well, I killed a 3rd, so I might as well just make sure I don't take any little harass and damage here and there, because I'm pretty far ahead. So no reason to give out free units and give him a chance to come back. Oops, flies over there, gets bopped a little bit. Oh, is he gonna fly into this one as well? So he's trying to do harass here, but oh yeah, I target the oh my god, that was disgusting. Ooh, that was disgusting. So I targeted the full HP Oracle because the Widow Mine one-shots it, and I wanted the splash to kill the other Oracle, and then I also got the Phoenix with that as well. So that was a very, very cost-efficient Widow Mine. So here I was just waiting for stem and shields basically in order to push out and kind of end the game, because after killing his 3rd base, as you can see in the supply, I am very, very far ahead. And I kind of knew this in the game that I was playing as well, so as I'm leaving the base, making a fourth base, just kind of extending my lead and going for the kill meanwhile. Wow, commentating is hard. You have to talk all the time. Okay, so not much to say here, just pumping out units, getting 2-2. I think I get +1 air attack as well. And I mean, I scan, and this is not an army you want to have if you're facing this many Terran units. So again, having these siege tanks, these 4 wooden mines, putting it forward a little bit, loading a medevac, 2 medevacs, going in the main base meanwhile, and yeah, charge lots are here, and he runs through 4 wooden mines. Doesn't go too well for him, and because I know that he has all the units on the 3rd base, and I loaded the 2 medevacs in the main, so what I do is I load up my main army right here, and I try to go into the natural, because I know that for sure he will not have units there either, because this drop in the main landed first, so he will most likely send the units there, and that kind of gives me the time to attack this side of the map, or the natural. So yeah, at this point this is like really rough for him, because he simply doesn't have enough units to actually split them. So he just ends up taking more and more damage until he completely falls apart and just kind of dies. Adding more barracks, because why not? And I get a G. But hey, he didn't GG last game, I got a G this game. So maybe next game my opponent gives me both Gs, but we'll see. Anyway, this was the game 2. Let's hop into the game 3, as casters would say. I'll see you guys in just a little bit, which will actually be 1 second, because it's going to be a smooth transition. And we're back into game 3, which again just took 1 second for you guys. Took a little bit longer for me. Now you might be thinking I just loaded the same replay, but actually what happened, which is something I didn't want to spoil on the start, I met this guy 3 times in a row when I was recording this episode. So I think right now I am 21-0 with random to GM, and I think I'm Master 1. I'm not 100% sure, but I actually met this guy 3 times in a row, and I got Terran again, we got Proxima Station again, and let's get into it. Okay. So meeting this guy again, which is pretty funny because you don't often meet the same guy. Well, you can meet someone twice in a row, but 3 times in a row. And I remember while I was recording this, it wasn't actually like at 1 AM or something like that. So it was pretty interesting to meet the same guy 3 times in a row. So this game, I told him that I am Terran, and yeah, I'll be going for same kind of build, or opening at least, with gas first. Now, one thing I wanna talk about is a lot of people think it's unfair if you don't tell them your race when you're playing random, but I actually disagree with that. I understand that it is like frustrating, quote unquote, to play against random player, but one thing to understand is, even though the random player has an advantage of kind of being random and your opponent not knowing what race you are, at the same time the random player is playing random, so he's having to play all 3 races. So even though you have a little bit of an advantage early on as far as perhaps build orders go, or something like that, at the same time random has to know to play all 3 races well, and no random player in the world, even though there's not many of them, has all 3 races figured out, just like his main race. So the chances of random player playing all 3 races perfectly are very low. So that's kind of the disadvantage part of being random, and then the tiny advantage you have is, well, your opponent doesn't know your race super early on. So I'm having, oh okay, there we go, fixed. We had that same problem where you couldn't see what units I was selecting. So this game, he goes for this weird gas steal.
Command center upgrade
that you guys can see. So Right now, what I was thinking is that he's all-inning me, because this is something people do when they're all-inning, kind of steal your gas and just go for like Void Ray all-in or Immortal all-in, and you actually don't have gas to make siege things in starport units. You just have, or cyclones in starport units, you just have enough gas for one of them. So right here I'm scouting, and I'm gonna try to get to the natural just to confirm that he's expanding or not expanding. And I see an expansion here right now, so I found it a little bit weird. Like I said, when you gas steal, you want to all in after that, which is what usually people do. So I was like, okay, well, that's cool, I guess. It does delay the gas mining by quite a bit, because at this point I want to have this gas. But what I did is the same thing you guys can do. If they ever steal your gas when you're playing Terran, you can just get the gas on the natural, and even though it is delayed, it's still kind of fine. Unless you plan to go for like heavy gas build, then you're kind of screwed. But you can adjust pretty easily, and I think what I do here is I just go for the Woodamine drop, or perhaps even Marine drop, I'm not sure. We'll see soon enough. Okay, so I am going for a medevac. Okay, starting to mine gas on the natural, and yeah, pretty much same from here on out. I can't really go for like the same siege tank push that I did, for example, the previous game, because if I make a tech lab and I make a Viking, I will not have gas for the siege tank. So I guess that's the benefit of all of this, I guess, that he did. Not sure if it's really worth though, because like I said, if you just adjust, you'll be just fine. So this game I actually load up both of my Woodamines, go for a drop, and he's pushing the front with 2 adepts. Now what this usually means is after they expanded, if they're attacking with 2 adepts, that usually means there will be an oracle as well. So I'm kinda expecting that a little bit here. And I see the 3rd base on the minimap, and there's an oracle in my natural, so pretty much confirmed. And as you can see, I pulled the SCVs, but I didn't pull them away. Because I don't want to give him the idea that I have nothing there. So I just pulled him a little bit while my units arrive. Oh my god, and the Woodamines. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I remember this part now. Oh my god, that Woodamine, how many kills? 13 kills on that Woodamine. Did he lose the Oracle? Ah, he ran away with the Oracle, got 6 kills. But I guess with the Widowmines hitting, you know, 14 kills with 2 Widowmines, not a very good start. As you can see, is the worker count 28 to 31. So I can understand the rage quit. So first game we got a rage quit. Second game we got a G, and we were kind of hoping for the GG. But after this, I understand the, you know, the leaving without a GG right there. And that was it for this episode, Random to Grandmaster. I think this is episode 7, although I'm not sure. I might be very, very wrong. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I apologize for kind of having to show you guys these games from replays. Like I said, the file was corrupted when I was recording this, so I couldn't do much about it. And I didn't want to just like skip all of these games and kind of not mention them at all. So yeah, that is it. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Obviously, from here on out, the games when I play, or the episodes that I upload in Random to Grandmaster will be normal, so no more like replay casting or anything like that. I want to thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time.